Now, this is the BMW E36 328i, and if a BMW M3 was a little bit out of the question, you buy one of these. Despite being badged as a 328i, think of it more as a 340i or even a 440i in today's terms. Eagle-eyed viewers might have also spotted that this is a convertible, but it still comes with a lovely 2.8 litre straight six. I'm Jay Matto and you're watching Ghattos Gears. I've really been trying to work out if this car is as good as everyone makes out it is.
But you see, I've owned this car now for about 6 months. I've done a couple thousand miles in it, and I think I'm decently qualified to tell you what I think of it. I've lived with it. I've driven it a lot, I've driven it hard, I've cruised around in it, and I've got an opinion of it. It's this particular car itself, and don't get me wrong, because it's such an old car, no two old cars are the same. Depends on its history, depends who's owned it. Is it factory? Has it been modified? Who's fixed it? Has it been fixed with the right parts? There's all sorts of things. This is a BMW 328i. So what that means is you get an M52 B28 engine. It's a 2.8 litre, which you might think is the one to go for. You might think, oh, that's the best one. But no, apparently it's not. Because I found this out after I bought it. Yeah, apparently the one you really want to go for and really keep an eye on is the BMW 325i, because they have an M50 engine in them, which is stronger, better. Someone will be able to explain this a lot better than I'm explaining this, because I just don't know the ins and outs of it.
The 328 came along in '95, replacing the existing 325i as, subjectively, the best M-like car of the E36 generation. The engine itself produces 193 brake horsepower with around 270 Nm of torque, and to be honest, by today's standards, it doesn't feel particularly quick. You can get a bit more power out of them by doing an M50 manifold, a free-flowing exhaust, and maybe also a tune.
However, what's nice about this car is that when you start running it up a bit, when you get the engine moving, it's smooth, it's linear, it just builds, the revs just come, the torque builds, and as soon as you get going, past around 4,000 RPM.
You can find the E36 in many different engine platforms, including 4-cylinder models and even a diesel TDS model. But if you're looking for one today, you want that straight six, because the way these things sound, well, that's a selling point in itself. Now, I could talk more about performance and tell you the 0 to 60 time is between 6 and 7 seconds and the top speed's around 143 miles per hour. But to be honest with you, you're not buying this car for any of those statistics. One reason why you might buy this car is because of the way it looks. One of the best things about the E36 is how great they look and how they've aged so well. They've come in coupes, tourings, saloons, and even a compact, which I really like. But what I've got here, as I'm sure you've noticed, is a convertible. So with that, I think it's only fair to start playing to this car's strengths, as to be honest, I've been finding it a bit soft and a bit underwhelming so far. Due to the time of year I bought this car, it was absolutely freezing, so the hardtop stayed on and the car was completely stock, and with that, yeah, it was a bit boring. It seems like when the roof comes down, as you can see me doing here, it changed the vibe completely. It's really nice that it's an automatic hood, but what I will say is that you do want to take your time putting this down and kind of guide it in. But, again, it became a bit of a cruiser. That soft suspension I kept painting on, we started to get on quite well.
Oh, just listen to that. I've got to tell you, the car is a different car. It's just such a cruiser. And you get into an E36 and you expect it to be Asbo, you expect it to have a loud exhaust, you expect to be going sideways fairly soon after getting into it. But with this one, it's great. It's standard, there's no coilovers, there's no loud exhaust, it's very soft on the road, and you know what, you can really cruise around in it. I'm just about to get myself into the Peak District now, a lot of national speed limits and whatnot. We got one coming up here. I'm going to drop it into second gear, up a hill, it's like butter. Just smooth. And it does feel quite nice on the road. I do say it's a bit soft, yes, It is a bit soft, but it's pretty direct. It's a bit point and shoot. Don't get me wrong, it could be stiffer, it could be maybe a bit better. But in a car like this, I'm not on a racetrack. I didn't buy this car to be on a racetrack. I just bought it to enjoy a bit of back road driving, and I am. When the roof's down, I suppose I really am enjoying it.
So yeah, I am contradicting myself a little bit here, but what I'm really trying to say is that having the roof down on a car like this makes driving it such an event and so much more exciting, especially when you can hear that soundtrack even more clearly. And going forward a little bit more, my point is every E36 will not be the same. This stock convertible will drive very differently to a modded 328i coupe. This one might not be for the track, but for a sunny day or sunny evening on a nice back road, you're in business. The added weight of being a convertible isn't too obvious as well while driving it, and it handles okay.
So I'm about to go into this corner now. I'm not exactly going too slowly, and bear in mind it is a national speed limit road. It clings on really well. It's got quite a lot of grip, it's very predictable, and it does go where you want it to go. So when you are kind of thrashing it a bit, it is quite a lot of fun. Like I keep saying, if it was just a touch firmer, I think this car would be really well sorted out.
Now what I'd love to do is compare this car to a BMW M3 E36, but I've never been in one, and let alone ever driven one, so I can't do that. But I am an owner of a 325i swapped E30, and one thing I can tell you straight away is that this car feels a lot heavier, doesn't feel anywhere near as sporty to drive, and in my eyes it doesn't look as good. When it comes to engines, this M52 is very different to the M20 B25 that's in my E30. It seems to be more fuel efficient and smoother, and probably the better everyday driver. However, the characteristics are different, and this one seems like you have to really drive it to get the power out of it compared to the E30.
So to conclude, and guess my closing statement if you will with this car, the E36 platform I would say is a little bit overhyped. I do love this car and I think it goes really well, it sounds brilliant, they're not too expensive, so for all those reasons, yeah, go get one, it's a really cool car. However, what I would say is that no two E36s are going to be the same at this point because they're so old, and you know, it depends on maintenance and the type of car you bought. And what I would also say is that if you want something that's going to be really sporty, you've got to make sure you buy a sporty one, whether someone's done some modifications to it, whether it's a 328i Sport or a coupe or anything like that. Don't do what I did and just buy one thinking it's a 328i and it's going to be great. I think for the money you pay for these cars, especially a good one, there are other options that I think are maybe a bit more exciting and maybe a bit more, I don't know, maybe better to drive. However, cool things about this car is that you're in the E36 club, which is cool. It's an old Beamer, which means that they only really go up in value. I'm not saying buy one of these for investment. This, I don't think personally, is an investment car. I think E36s have already had that point of being quite cheap. I think it was only a couple of years ago now you could find them for less than £1,000 for actually half decent, maybe not a 328i, but you were finding decent cars for decent money. That ship has sailed. They've already started to go up, and I don't know how much more they may go up, but yeah, investment purposes, probably not your car. But like I said, if you've always wanted one, I don't think you'd be disappointed. You've just got to make sure that you buy one that's got your needs in mind.
This has been Jay from Ghattos Gears, and if you made it this far, I want to say a big thank you for watching the whole video. I review whatever cars I can get my hands on, so there'll be more content on the way. If you've enjoyed this video, please feel free to like, share and subscribe, and leave a comment of what you want to see in the future.